Viva Mexico, baby. UFC 290, we're back. We never left.
Why is it Viva Mexico? Is it 290s has all the Mexicans on it?
Yes, you got 2 Mexicans on the card.
That's sick.
Brandon and Yair, baby. But let's catch up a little bit, all right? Because
we always say we're gonna film and we don't. So we're gonna stop saying that we'll film more often.
It's just gonna happen when it's gonna happen at the end of the day at this point. Because
yeah,
as much as I would love to do it more, can't. But I'm gonna make it a priority. Okay, I absolutely promise you. And this card, these next 2, like UFC 290, UFC 291, so unbelievably good. I think Holly Holm fights. I'll be in Las Vegas, which will be sick. But gonna miss fight week. That would be pretty cool. I know. Who would have thought the time I go to Las Vegas is literally not for a UFC fight? Like that's what I thought would be the only time that I would go.
It would be if it wasn't for your friends inviting you.
Yeah, it's International Fight Week right now. Sickness. That's why we have international superstars on this card, because we got all the boys, Robert Whittaker, all the New Zealander, Australian / guys are coming in, and we got the Mexicans coming in, and then we got freaking baller from Argentina that's going to be on this card. So it's pretty sweet. But before we jump into the UFC, Bianca gets a little... I didn't really have a lot of time to think of this episode. I have a lot of topics that I want to talk about. Obviously, I've got my little journal book that I wrote in like 2 weeks ago, a scenario. We're going to break down. I want to just this episode's going to be about UFC 290, but also wild scenarios that could happen for the rest of the year. And if these would be like the craziest to ever happen. But the first thing is, let's talk about what's going on in Bianca's life.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
What's going on in my life?
Yeah, like what have you watched? What is something that you're really happy about? What is something you play on repeat every single day and it makes me want to blow my brains out ever since it's come out?
The song, the Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah.
That's what you're
No, yeah,
about?
just pick, like
I thought
give
that
me
you
up
were
to
going to
speed
talk
on some
about
current
like a
events.
show.
Yeah, I will talk about some shows because there's been some absolute bangers that have come out.
Olivia Rodrigo released a song called Vampire, and Kellan absolutely hates her and her music and doesn't like when I play the song.
Well, because Olivia Rodrigo simply sounds like any other girl pop star that's been famous
Literally, no, she doesn't.
The last
but
10
whatever.
years.
So I could say the same thing about Dominic Fike, and his stuff comes out tonight. So if you want to play that game.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could have a album drop party to like appreciate his diversity and then compare it to Olivia Rodrigo because she has, and I state, and I quote, Bianca already said this.
And I state.
Bianca already said this. 0 range. What does Dominic Fike do? Dominic Fike
has no range.
Raps with the best of them.
He doesn't have a range though.
Sing? Yes, he can. High, low. What do you want to do?
That's
what do you want to do? He'll do it.
Rodrigo's high and low.
Does she rap? Does she have sick beats?
She could.
She sounds like like up tempo rock songs. What does Dominic Fike get that going?
Wait, why'd you ask me from what like updates in my life if you're just gonna shit on me?
What do you mean? That was just one thing.
You're just shitting on one of the artists I like.
Well, I mean, come on.
So let's keep it quiet in that corner.
When you're dating that one dude, when you're dating when you date that one guy that she sings the song about, it's like you're asking for inspiration.
Yeah, he's not it. But what?
I'm just saying, like, embarrassing.
I don't even know what you're saying. But
dude,
okay,
literally 12-year-old girls like her. You're 22.
So 22-year-olds like her too. Trust me.
I know. She's really famous. Congrats to her, honestly, for making such absolute
just
hits.
Stop. You just dug yourself a grade.
Platinum records.
Her album doesn't even come out till September 8th, so it's just a single.
Who asked? You want to talk about shows? Let's talk about TV shows.
We've watched The Bear season.
Say I was gonna intro into that though.
Oh, too bad.
It was mine. That was mine.
It actually is not yours because I'm the one who showed
Who showed you The Bear?
I showed you. Do not even take credit.
Literally most of the shows that we end up watching that are pretty good, I show Bianca.
No. Oh my god, you know that's such a lie.
Okay, you showed me what, New Girl and Last Man on Earth, and I'll never hear the end of it.
Your two favorite shows. Wow, I've showed you your 2 favorite shows. So yeah, I'm gonna take credit.
I think The Bear is my number 1 now.
No way.
Without a doubt.
It's not like that good. Like Last Man on Earth is way funnier.
So It's shot in a way that's so unique.
Yeah, like the cinematics of it is really cool, but it's not
relax.
like your
relax
it can't
on
be
the
my
cinematics.
favorite show.
Bianca's so annoying. She'll like watch a scene and be like canted frame, zoom,
No,
pan
okay.
left. I'm just kidding. She won't do that.
First
I'll
off,
do
I
that.
learned
I'll
most
do
of
that.
those terms
Yeah.
from your
I'm glad.
assignment
Yeah.
that I helped you with.
It's so annoying watching because she'll be like,
Oh my god, I did that
that's like a
once.
half body full frame, like blah blah blah.
You did that with me. Literally, we were going back and forth each time they changed the shot. You were like,
We did that
canted.
for a solid like 30 seconds, which is sick. But the fact that they storyboard all those shots is wild to me. Like each frame shot, it's like, who has the time for that?
Literally.
So many people must have the time for it though.
So many. It's because it's their job.
Yeah. But it's
But
honestly number one. Number
It
one.
is a really good show on Hulu. If you have not watched it, you should watch it. What's another show we watched?
His muscles are number one. Ramses?
Okay, what other
else did
show?
We watched Race last night. A little double meaning there. Jesse Owens deserves more respect
We didn't
amongst
watch
the
it last
sporting
night, but
community.
yes,
The
that
other
was a
night.
really good movie.
Do you know the audience doesn't know that we didn't watch it the other night though? Last night. So we can just say it.
Okay.
Because they don't know.
Okay, no, we are truthful here, and also
If you have the option to stay single, stay. I'm just kidding. That was a roast. I love Bianca.
you say this like
No, but
a
honestly,
lot.
like you get. We're talking about sports here, and Bianca always complains about how she doesn't have enough. It's like if you want to be involved in my podcast and learn more about the MMA arts, like UFC. It's like if you want to be on here, like put some effort in to
I don't
know. But it's
wanna
like, but
be.
it's like tough for her because, she just comes on because she know I'll let her come on. But like, if she was not like associated with me, she would not be allowed. Let's get that clear. But also, since we're on this topic of sports, I feel like Jesse Owens should get more street credit. Like if
Yeah,
he doesn't
didn't even
already.
he didn't even get like acknowledged, right? They
Well, I
said
mean, back
that
in
he
the day,
didn't
yeah.
get
No, but I mean,
acknowledged.
like he's right up there with like freaking
he was
Jackie Robinson, in my opinion.
yeah,
Not
for
quite
sure.
the same thing.
Okay, well, no,
But-
I would actually argue that he is pretty much the same thing because Jackie Robinson was the first African American in the MLB, whereas Jesse Owens was the first African American in
Well said.
all of the U.S. or all of the Olympics, World Olympics. Wasn't he the first African American in the Olympics?
I don't know.
Like ever?
I'm not sure about that one.
Oh,
I'm not sure about that, but maybe
first to win.
I feel like they would have emphasized that
maybe
more.
first to get gold.
Maybe, but first to be in Nazi Germany. I think that's a fact.
For sure. He had to have been the first of something because they wouldn't have made a friggin' movie. So,
I mean, they would have made a movie about a black man going to Germany during like the beginning of that, and he won what fucking 4 gold medals. That's a pretty big story.
that's what
in
I'm
and of
saying.
itself.
Maybe he was the first. He also
Yeah,
was
I
like
don't know.
world record.
Was Jesse Owens the first?
He had like the world record for 25 years in track.
I'm just gonna look up. Was Jesse Owens the first?
Is that what it's called?
The
Track?
first person to ever win 4 gold medals at one time in Olympic track history. So I don't think he was the first
he was
black
the first.
man. Who was the first
person?
black
So
man?
he was the even not just the first person, but the first African American too to ever win gold in the Olympics.
He was the first. Yeah. Well, 4 gold. He might actually be. I'm not sure, but pretty good movie. And I remember when it came out in 2016, I was pumped. Anything that's like that movie Train
Yeah,
with like
we
Ernie
love-
Davis, that's freaking fire money. And then
I
also like
loved the movie
42
Jackie
is so good.
Too. Or no, was it
42?
42. That was a really good movie.
She
I
loves
saw
the movie
that.
Jackie.
I saw that in theaters,
Mm.
and it was good. I love any like throwback sports
Dude, what
movie.
was I feel? Did we see a movie recently?
Yes, we watched the one that had. It was the football one. What was it called?
What one?
The football one,
The football one.
where like they literally first ever play football.
Oh yeah, Leatherheads with George
Leatherheads.
Clooney
That was good.
and Jason Krasinski. Yeah, but it's a Bianca doesn't like the slow starters. Bianca doesn't like the
I
slow
didn't think
ones.
it was a slow start.
You thought it was slow at the beginning.
Nuh-uh.
She was dozing. I saw a funny meme of like an alien that's like
Remember.
falling asleep, and it's like I am watching the movie. Like when you ask your friend, like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Like, are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching.
that's literally you.
No, it's literally not. You're making stuff up.
I actually feel confident that you'll know some stuff in
That's
this
something
episode.
that's kind of funny actually because
Okay,
I've talked
'cause
with
I
my
was
friends.
talking.
Sorry, we'll end this segment right now, but you and I both aren't the type of people to fall asleep during a movie. Like,
No.
we always, like, finish the movie, then we go to sleep. Like, I always see all these couples that are like, oh, we can never put on a movie, or, like, one of us will fall asleep. Like, we never watch a movie fully through, but we always watch a movie, and then we go to bed.
I try to, like, do it by myself. Like, if I'm watching with other people, I'll watch. But sometimes, like, when I'm watching a show on my own and I'm not too invested in it, like, I'll pause it. Play it.
Same.
Like Hijack or Silo, like, I would play and pause those all the time.
Those are shows he's watching right now.
Apple TV for the win.
Yeah, they've been having really good shows. We watched oh wait, what was the one we finished on Apple TV?
I don't know.
Didn't we finish one on Apple TV?
I watched Silo.
I know, but I don't know. Okay, never mind.
We were watching Platonic.
Yeah, but wasn't there another one? Oh, Ted Lasso. We already talked about that.
Whatever, dude. No one cares about this. Let's go.
Sorry, it's been 11 minutes of nothing.
11 minutes of straight entertainment. Okay, so I think that the first thing that we got to get with UFC 290 is we've kind of had a little fucking stupid shit going on, because we got Bo Nickel, Trishan Gore pulled out of the fight. Trishan Gore pulled out of the fight, and then Jackie, 3 names, Jack Della, Sean Brady had to pull out of the fight. I think it was injuries, something. We don't need to go into detail on that, but card is absolutely stacked, and I'm confident that Bianca is going to be able to give some seriously solid takes, given the fact that Robert Whittaker's on this card, and that's about it. And Brandon Moreno's on this card.
Like him too.
People's champion.
Love him.
And the actual champion. And so Bianca actually, she has tons of connections that she doesn't even know about. She has the New Zealanders / Australians, and she has Mexicans, which she is half of in her DNA. So we're gonna break this down from a freaking.
Oh my god.
You want to just do? We're gonna go rapid fire picks, and we're gonna do funny reasons why somebody's gonna win. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. This is the first thing.
Wait, this
that
is.
Okay, well, let's get into our segment right now.
Okay.
Star to watch out for on the entire card. This is the star. Everybody get to know Argentinian man Esteban Ribovics is going to be facing Camuela Kirk. Pretty sure Camuela is moving up to the 155-pound division. Esteban fought Loic Rajabov, and Loic Rajabov, I think he just got finished by Mateusz Rambeski. And if Esteban can get this fight, can he get this dub over Camuela, take that fight over and get a full camp in against Rambeski and avenge that loss. But Esteban Ribovics is the future of the lightweight division. Look for him when the fight goes to the ground. If it does go to the ground, he's going to try to grab that arm, grab that Kimura, little Kimura technique, and he scrambles back up to his feet, or he'll get this submission. But also, when the dude lets his hands go, I mean, he's probably one of the more exciting guys in the division, just because he changes levels with everything. Like, he just rips the body, and then the guys they'll shell up like Rajabov shells up, and then he just cracks him over the dome. He's got one punch knockout power. I'm just looking for him. If he can stuff take, I don't know if this fight is really going to go to the ground, but if it does stay on the feet, I really favor him. But also, like, he's dangerous everywhere. I mean, Camuela Kirk, I mean, like, when he fought, who did he take out that I was not expecting? It was it Makwan Amirkhani that he fought? And I was like, damn. And then he ended up losing to Damon Jackson, and I was like, oh, wait a second here. But this fight, I think, just to start the whole thing off, it's going to be fireworks, and if anybody sees this, they're absolutely lucky, because just like me, like, I've only got to see Esteban Ribovics fight once, but if you can hop on this Esteban bandwagon quickly, you're going to sound like an absolute legend anytime anybody asks you about your favorite UFC prospect, because you're going to seem like a hardcore fan, baby. But I just think his skill set is insane. We have a whole episode, and because I think Francisco Prado is fighting next week, and so it's this Argentinian takeover. The new wave, the new Santiago Ponzinibbio's are coming. But super exciting fighting styles and extremely well-rounded, and I think they're just a good representative of young dudes that are going to come in and just take over the sport. And I think they kind of just set Esteban Ribovics, his style just is kind of, he's going to set the standard of what MMA is going to be in the future. But the next one that I was looking at, Vitor Petrino, okay? Biggest thighs from Brazil. I think he's got the biggest thighs in the entire UFC division, and that's including Arman Sarukian, bro. This dude's lower body is absolutely jacked to the brim. And when he fought Anton Turkali, the handsome dude or whatever, dude, that was the battle of the most beautiful men, I think. I'm just kidding. Anton, he says he's like the handsome dude, but he kind of got his shit rocked, baby. But first Pacquiao, that's gonna be good. Tatsuro Taira. What does he do? Wait, fuck. I forget the hand signal that he does, bro. But Tatsuro's a beast. Jimmy Crute doing their rematch. Jauregui, another Mexican phenom. But Jackie, 3 names, bro. I have to like kind of give it to him though. Like, it must be kind of tough to be training for like a top 10 guy, and then all of a sudden the fight falls out, and then you're like, okay, should I take a fight against a tough guy that I have that's gonna take it on short notice, or do I just take it against like a just like a UFC newcomer? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he caught a little bit of heat in the comments. It's like, bro, take a fight against a better guy, especially when like this is a big card. But at the same time, it's like when you're not training for when you're training for a really good guy that's in a specific skill set, and then you just have like a Kevin Holland step in on short notice, that's a dangerous fight for you to take. I don't care who you are. Plus, Jack Della Maddalena literally just fought the exact same guy that Kevin Holland is in Randy Rude Boy Brown, and he finished him. I think that Jack Della Maddalena is not going to lose to anybody in the welterweight division for the foreseeable future. But I mean, like, I just think that it kind of sucks that he's going to have to put a beat down on old Josiah Harrell. But maybe it'll be closer. It's definitely not, though, because Jack Della, nobody's touching him. But then we got Bo Nickel versus Val Woodburn, and everybody's rooting for Val. Val's going to get subbed out in the first round, I guarantee it. Bo Nickel's a different beast. Our boy Dan Hooker's fighting. But Bianca, before we transition into some crazy shit that's going to go down that I'm predicting, you think a Robert Whittaker can get past Dricus? Not Dricus. Dricus Duplessis, the real African fighter. The real South African fighter.
Let me see what they look like.
What do you mean? You know, Dricus Duplessis, absolute stacked body, baby.
I can just look on the thing you just had. I like his name.
You think he can upset Robert Whittaker? Let's see. What does she think? You think Dricus?
I don't think anyone's going to beat Robert. But I've just never seen this guy before.
Yeah. He fought Derek Brunson his last time out. He's fought like Brad Tavares. Yeah.
Dude.
Here, everybody's writing him off. But
I mean, he's probably going to be... It's going to be a really good fight, but I don't think Robert's going to lose.
There's no way Robert's going to lose. But this is what I'm saying. I think that the craziest thing that could happen in the entire UFC is if Dricus Duplessis... Because everybody's writing him off. Nobody... Like, he does have skills, obviously. But he gasses out... And he gets on the ropes multiple occasions. He gets cracked with shots, but I guess he fixed his nose. Okay, so that's a big thing. So he can start breathing through his nose now. If it turns dirty,
he can breathe through his nose.
Yeah, I think his nose is really jacked up. But if this gets bloody and dirty, like Robert maybe gasses out. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, it could Dricus. This is like one of those, I don't know, there's something a little bit sketchy about this fight. Like, there's some, especially with Kellan, because Kellan gets into these modes where it's like, oh, I don't even think about this other guy is going to win, i.e. freaking Grant Dawson versus Demiraj Magulov, and Guram Kutadalazi just lost. But this has got, it's kind of got that on. Like, Robert Whittaker, I can't see him losing. Like, dude, when the dude gets his jab off, when he starts taking you down, when he starts landing heavy shots, it's going to be tough for Dricus. All I'm saying is when it gets in late into the third round, fuck, dude. I don't know. If Dricus can start landing shots, apply some pressure, because he's like a big dude that can match him physically. Like, I don't think Robert's going to be able to, like, bully him. You know what I mean? And I think Dricus is more of an athlete than, like, a Marvin Vettori guy type fighter. So... if he can just make a few moves, make a few little saucy moves, you never know. But the thing that I kind of want to happen, Loki, is I want Dricus to kind of win, Loki. I love Robert. But imagine a world in which Dricus and
crazy?
Stylebender fight. I think, personally, if Dricus Duplessis can become the middleweight champion of the world, that would be the craziest thing that would ever happen in the entire UFC.
Of this guy. You think he's gonna beat Robert?
No, he's so insanely cocky and he's kind of really annoying. I'm just saying, like, a fight between Israel Adesanya and Dricus Duplessis in Africa would be whack Oh, okay.
Maybe why don't they just do that anyways?
Wait, no, but wouldn't that be sick though? Okay, you got Dricus du Plessis fighting Israel Adesanya, and then what if you had Francis Ngannou come back and fight John Jones, headline that in Africa, sell out a whole country? Like, could you imagine how sick that'd be? Dana
that
White
would be pretty cool.
would be like, and then have Elon
Oh my God.
and Mark headline it. Oh my God!
Let us know what you think about that down below,
How ironic would
or
be if
wherever. But how ironic would it be if they headline that?
like in Africa.
That would be crazy. But like, I think he's just gonna make that its own thing, though. He probably won't.
What if there's an undercard? Would you fight on that undercard if you were a fighter?
That, I mean, wouldn't anyone want to? It's gonna be insane.
Elon though, Elon all day. Even though he's almost 50.
Doesn't matter.
But I think he's got it in the bag, honestly. I don't know. The striking's
Don't
gonna
let
be...
your grandma hear you say.
Striking might not be world class. She doesn't like either of them.
No, I know, but doesn't she like really not like Elon more?
Yeah, I don't know. I just want a double knockout.
Like
What
they
if they
knock
both heel hooked each other and they will... What if they just had like reverse like 69 position, like knee bars or something, and they're just like cranking on each other's knees? They're like... So funny, bro, and they just tap at the same time. I would love that. But Dricus versus Robert, not quite a toss-up. I'd go 85% Robert, the other 15% to Dricus.
Yeah.
But if Dricus beats Robert, then I think it is destiny that he fights and beats Israel Adesanya. Even though Israel Adesanya probably fucking dices him. It's gonna be a fun fight.
That's gonna be good. Like that's this Saturday though. That's not the one that you're going to be in Vegas for?
No, God. If I was in Vegas for this, I'd go.
You would go.
I would go.
Well, also, you could while you're in Vegas in that fight that you are missing. Like, why don't you guys go to like a sports bar, like a cool one in Vegas? I'm sure they're gonna be playing the fights everywhere.
We won't. I'll be home. We get back Friday.
Oh,
wait.
No.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'll leave Tuesday, get back Friday.
You go from the 11th to the 14th.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I don't even care about the fights next weekend though, really.
You are.
But dude, Brandon versus Pantoja. This is a tough one for me, just because Pantoja a little less likable than Moreno. You know, everybody just loves Brandon Moreno. Alexander Pantoja is really good, really skilled, really fun, but he's just so serious, dude. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. That's why we want Brandon to win. But do not be surprised when Alexandre gets a little bit of a submission going on or starts cracking him on the feet a little bit. It's going to be an interesting fight. Brandon's always got the edge in boxing. But, yeah, I honestly think that it's going to be tough for... I don't know. I can see this going either way, believe it, because Alexandre's already beat Brandon twice. But Brandon's just a dog now. He's a different fighter. I mean, you just blink and he already threw 7 punches. And he's got great scrambles. Like, if Alexandre gets to the ground, like, Brandon's not just going to accept the position on the ground. It's going to be tough to get Brandon's back and sink into submission. So it's just going to be, I think if it ends in a finish, it's definitely going to be Brandon finishing Alexandre, but I don't know. I just can't see Alexandre taking out Brandon. He's just on a different level right now, dude. He's just so good, so fast. And he's been fighting Davison Figueiredo, who is a menace. And so it's just going to be tough to imagine that Brandon is ultra scared of Alexandre, even though he has lost twice. Then, the main event, we all want Yair, Aztec Warrior Rodriguez to win this. But I want to lay out a scenario for you in which you will not want that to happen. Everybody wants the underdog to win. And I think Yair is going to get some success off. But at the end of the day, Alexander Volkanovski is pound for pound the best fighter on planet Earth, which I never thought I would say in my entire life. But Kellan wrote this down on June 11th, which we really haven't had opportunity to talk about this because I forgot. But my prediction, okay? I think it is only right that the pound for pound #1 fighter in the world becomes the first ever.
Looks like you're reading off like a scroll.
3-division champion in UFC history. I think that this is very valid and extremely possible. Okay? Now more than ever. I don't think this is very likely for any other human being on planet Earth. Alexander Volkanovski is Juan of Juan. Okay? All right. Let me lay this out for you.
Okay.
He beats Yair. All right? And then I don't think that he really gives a single fuck about Ilia Topuria. So I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to fight him. Say Islam and Charles do a unification. I think that the winner fights that, and ideally it would be Islam, a rematch against Islam, because that's what he wants. Then, if somehow, some way, he gets past Charles and Islam, tell me that Colby Covington would not be a phenomenal matchup for Alexander Volkanovski.
That would be crazy.
Because, okay, like, how freaking weird is this? Kamaru Usman on Bianca's sister's wedding day is dominating the shit out of Leon Edwards, all right?
Sister's wedding day.
And then he head kicks him into a different dimension that diverts Usman's career into a completely different path and somehow alters reality into where people believe that Leon can beat Usman in a second fight. And even though it was close, somehow Leon makes it look relatively easy, which how the fuck is that even possible? Because Kamaru Usman is the man. Who we never thought anybody could beat Kamaru
literally.
Usman. Like, every time we watch him fight, we're like, yep, that guy's
He's obviously winning.
Even when it was Colby. He dropped Colby freaking twice in like one round or whatever. I think Colby goes in there and does what Kamaru did to Leon, but he doesn't get head kicked into the shadow realm at the end. Then, why not? Colby Covington, not the biggest welterweight in the entire planet. I mean, similar body style to freaking Islam. Alexander, why not? I mean, his striking is light years better.
No, I would actually think that would be
I wouldn't love a Volkanovski versus Hamzat fight, because Hamzat's a freaking large beast.
You think Hamzat would win?
Just because of pure strength, bro.
Yeah.
Like, welterweights are training.
But I think that Alex and Colby would be more of a even matchup.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm laying it out. By end of 2024, early 2025.
You're calling it right now? That's your prediction?
I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. I mean, this is like a Conor McGregor double champion scenario.
No, literally.
I mean, I really do think that this is like the way it could be. But yeah, I really want Alexander to kind of win because I want to see history be made in my lifetime, because I don't think there will really ever be.
That would be crazy.
It would be, because John Jones, even though how great he is, he can never go down to 170.
Yeah, no.
And be
no way.
So
he's too big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Alexander, you're the man. Also, don't really love how Israel Adesanya and John Jones are friends now. We don't want to be friends with the cocaine domestic violence man.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Alex in that fight, honestly. But I do, like, Yair's really good, obviously. But I think Alex has been
training it in like a temple, 10,000 feet above sea level. It's going to be an unreal battle. Yair Rodriguez, the levels that this man has been taking, okay? We saw him against, it just goes to show Max Holloway's greatness, but Max Holloway did take that fight in a good time, because what did Yair? He fought Max, lost to Max, and then he beat, he fought somebody. Yeah, he beat the breaks off of Brian Ortega, like just sharp, crisp shots all the time. And even though that did end in like a Brian Ortega injury, we're all like, okay, Yair's on a different level. Then he goes in and finishes Josh Emmett, which Ilya couldn't do. And then, even though it's only a 2-fight like period, what we saw in that Brian Ortega fight kind of just, even though it didn't even end in, it was a freaking 4-minute little window. We saw the gap in between Brian Ortega and Yair Rodriguez in terms of skill level, especially on the feet. Goes in there, beats Josh Emmett. It's gonna be interesting. I really think that Alexander Volkanovski is really gonna have to utilize his strength here and try to neutralize our boy on the ground. I think we're gonna get a more tame fight than we expect. Like, all it's gonna take is one wild, fast exchange where Alexander Volk is like, holy shit, dude, this dude's lightning, and we're gonna be like, we're gonna take this to the mat. We gotta make it dirty. We gotta pin him up against the fence. Because it's really hard for me to imagine that you're gonna get Yair tired, dude. There's no way.
True.
When you're training it,
especially training
Mount Everest, bro.
Fucking
elevation. Yeah. So this is gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be such a good card, though.
It's not gonna be as good as Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. That fight's gonna be crazy, dude.
This could be insane.
Volk's too smart. Dustin and Justin aren't smart. They're gonna fucking throw down.
That's true.
Volk's high fight IQ, when things aren't going, he adjusts. When things aren't going right for him, he adjusts. I feel like when Dustin and Justin get locked in there, it's to the death. They're gonna start swinging and banging until someone goes down, bro. But I've got Dustin in that fight all day.
We'll have to make a pod for that fight, obviously.
Without a doubt. Are you
so don't say like things already.
But I got Dustin. I got the diamond.
Okay.
Like, okay. You want to know a crazy thing?
Save it.
Crazy thing.
What?
The only people to beat like Dustin and Justin in the past like 5 or 6 years, even more, are Habib and Charles Oliveira. Those are the only two guys.
Those are pretty good guys. So
pretty good, and they almost beat Charles Oliveira. Like they almost knocked him unconscious. Unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. And then that's okay. That's basically UFC 290 in a nutshell. If you want to make, I don't even know. Like Esteban is the guy. Esteban's the guy to watch. Tatsuro Taira is freaking amazing. Hal Riggy is a great women fighter. Jackie, 3 names, is a beast. I mean, when you really look at it, the whole thing, like, there's not a lot of dead spots in here. There's actually
it's gonna be so good.
0 dead spots.
I really wish I could watch it.
Yeah.
Because I really want to see Robert.
The Raper.
My man.
I really want the Raper,
when
dude.
When you say that sounded bad.
The Raper.
The Raper.
The Raper.
No.
Raper. The Raper.
Raper.
Okay, last thing. What did we take away from...
What did you take away?
What did I take away from Strickland versus Abu Sufyan Magomedov? One thing I took away. First, Nursultan Ruzaboyev is a
legend.
Freak. Rinat Fakhretdinov is a Fakhretdinov. He's a beast. And then also, Elvis Brenner, congrats to you against Guram Kutataladze.
That was really cool.
Brenner, dude, your head was so jacked up. Like, you're half your face.
Oh my God, it was
crazy.
Disgusting. It was like the bloodiest fight I've ever seen in my life.
Ridiculous. But what I'm going to go... Okay, and also Michael Morales, Trey Lance look-alike, did really well. But Benoit Saint Denis, okay? I'm going to make it bold... This is just a bold statement episode. People's favorite types of episodes. I think that... You know how we always have those guys in divisions where, like, you're really freaking good, but I don't know if you have it. I don't know if you can make it to the title. And that's how I felt about Merab. Like, I saw Merab, I'm like, dude, this guy is the man. He's, like, going to be so tough for people to beat, but can he crack that upper echelon? Like, in those fights, I'm always like, dude, I don't know. It's really tight. But as of late, he has absolutely separated himself from the rest of the pack. God of War Benoit Saint Denis. You have to crack this dude upside the head with an AK-47 and for him to go out, and then on top of that, you have to shoot him. So I don't think anybody in the UFC is going to take him out, especially when he probably took the most abuse in a UFC fight ever in UFC history, when he got finished probably on like 4 different occasions, but didn't fall to his feet, and the referee didn't stop the fight, and crazy. It still went to a decision. Okay. So that just goes to show that this guy is on a different level of toughness, and then he is not lost since that. He beat Nicholas Stolze.
That's crazy.
Gabriel Miranda. And then he beat a Bonfim brother, Ismail Maheta Bonfim, who was no slouch. So that, even though Ismail, props to you for taking that, you probably wanted a little bit more time to prepare for that fight. I think he took it on a little bit of a short notice, but
look at all those greens.
Did he take it on a short notice? I'm not sure. Maybe not. No, I think he did. But Benoit's striking looked on point in this fight, and he just is so well-rounded and kind of a brick wall. Like, somebody wants to shoot on him, bro, good luck shooting on him. He's going to stuff that takedown, and he's going to reverse position on you. He's going to find your back, and he's going to sink in a choke. If you want to brawl, stand and bang with him. This fight was so good, though. Like, everybody that knew anything about MMA, like, these guys met in the middle. What did Benoit throw, like 10 freaking body kicks in a row to start the fight, like wicked pace at the beginning, but then when things start to like when they start to get like comfy, when they start to what am I trying to say, when they start to like what is it? What would be the word? What would be the word? When they start to like settle in.
Settle in.
When both fighters start to settle in, you can feel Benoit start to take over, especially in grappling exchanges. So I just really think that this dude, we got to keep an eye on because he's still really young. Because when you're watching him, you're like, okay, this guy's probably not have a lot of years left in the UFC, right? But he's only 27, even though he looks like he's about a 49-year-old retired veteran.
He looks like he's like 35.
Yeah, but we want that Vince Pichel fight because that'd be sick. Because I want to make a UFC fight poster, like an old school bare knuckle boxing.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Vince Pichel, but then Bonfim stepped in on short notice. But this is the guy that we got to keep an eye on him because he could easily, because he was calling out all the guys that people want to fight. And you know, that's a really scary man when you're calling out Arman Sarukian and Mateusz Gamrot, who are some of the most scary individuals on planet Earth, regardless of any weight division. So when you get a man that was in the military and you can't really take him out with anything besides a sledgehammer, when you get him calling you out on a microphone, you gotta respect that. And it's gotta be a little bit of like an eye opener to you because not a lot of guys are getting on the mic saying they want to fight the most feared grapplers in the division. Okay, so I'm high on this guy, and I don't know. He's just got the choke wasn't even under the chin on Bonfim. It was on his chin. So the python squeeze that he just produces with his arms is ridiculous. So that's the main takeaway from my podcast, I think, is the fact that Benoit Saint-Denis is the man. And then also Esteban Ribovics, Dricus du Plessis, if he can pull off a dub here, that'd be fantastic. For like the UFC, Dana White's just seeing money signs between a fight with Izzy and him in Africa. And then last but not least, the first ever triple division champion, Alexander Volkanovski. But watch Yair just piss on that parade this weekend.
Hopefully this is still recording, is all I have to say.
Only 37 minutes of just straight.
I know, but you were at 36% and it stops recording when the 20% comes up.
I gave you the freaking charger, man.
You said you didn't think it needed to get plugged in.
That was a judgment call. Okay,
see.
We're good.
Wait, say bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, guys. See you in hopefully a couple weeks.
Next week.
Next week? Yeah. Okay.